Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to. That's crap, actually. Wait a sec.
This might take longer than you think.
No, it won't. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. As part of Geeklab for datfest, we are sat in Academy of Sound with Steve. Hello, Steve. And Steve knows everything there is to know about kit that's out there at the moment, new technology for doing music creation, music software, and also what's coming up. So if you've got tons of money and you want to come and just have a whale of a time, come to Academy of Sound. Even if you haven't got any money, come anyway, because you'll end up with something. It's all good.
This is true. Yeah.
So Steve's going to show us some new things that are coming out on the iPad. Is that right?
2012, big year for the iPad. It's been a breakthrough year for the iPad, actually. Lots of the big major companies are releasing docks for your iPad with specific applications. Last year we saw Alesis, big manufacturer, introduce this little baby. It's called the I/O dock, and it basically turns your iPad 1 or 2, and it will work with the iPad 3 when it comes out. Basically, you slot your iPad in there, as you do, boot up any software that's music software, anything like GarageBand or any other recording applications you've got, and immediately it turns it into a proper audio interface stroke recording package.
Incredible.
Because on the back of this you've got all your inputs for your microphones, line inputs for guitars, keyboards, anything like that. You've even got things like video outputs, and you've also got your MIDI ports as well. So it gives you the connectivity you need. So
and it's phantom power as well.
It's phantom power built into this as well, which is quite extraordinary, really, because you can that means you can plug a studio grade condenser microphone straight into here, and you haven't got to have an external phantom power box. It's really good. It's really fantastic.
I know when the iPad was coming out, we'd already talked about what we hoped it was going to be like.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do you reckon? Not software, like hardware companies like Alesis, they didn't fully understand what it was going to be like and if the market was going to pick up on it, because loads of people have got iPads now, haven't they?
You're right. Yeah, I think. I mean, to be fair to Alesis, they've had the licensing for the actual Apple docking system. For the iPhones, the iPod Touches, all that sort of stuff. They've had it for a few years, and you've seen this technology on their DJ and mixing applications, where you can drop an iPod in and translate it. But realistically, I think everybody's picking up on the fact that the iPad can be a mobile studio. You've only got to look at the apps market for a start. I mean, every man and his dog now has an app. Simple as that. Music applications, synthesizers, recording workstations, samplers, just a plethora. It's just, there's just everything you need. But the big problem was there was no way to get your stuff in there. There was no way to really connect.
I know when we've done stuff, because I hate having jacks coming out, because they're susceptible to getting knocked. So something like this would be incredible.
I mean, it's great. I mean, they've taken it a step further now. I mean, as you were saying, do you reckon they have just kind of got it? This year they've got it. Everybody seems to have got it. Alesis have got a couple of new models of the I/O dock variation coming out this year. The I/O dock is still current, and it's your generic connectivity box for studio work. So it'll work with GarageBand. It'll even work with the new Auria 48-track digital audio workstation that's coming out for the iPad, which will basically mean you've got 48 tracks in your hand, touch-sensitive mixing, ready to go, that you can just bounce down to a 44-bit WAV, pop onto your computer and master it with it. Simple as that. But they've got instrument-specific items coming out this year. They've announced a guitar dock, which will look very similar to the I/O dock, but in orange, very fetching colour. You slot your iPad in, the software that comes with it will automatically come up, and it will look like a bunch of pedals, and there'll be a cable that comes off it. It's beautiful. It's a great thing. I like it because it gives the traditional instrumentalist, player, an opportunity to interact easily with technology, because it can be a daunting thing. You know, you've got to have your computer, you've got to have this, you've got to have that. You need an iPad. That's all, and one of the docks. Slot in, away you go, and it's all touch. So this guitar thing will sit on your desk about there. You'll have a cable coming off, and you'll have a traditional pedal with like your volume pedal and then 4 button switches, and it'll all interact.
No way!
Oh yes, it's all going to be very, very
and
nice.
So that could go either direct into your laptop, or it could come out into a...
It could feed straight to a PA, it could even go into a cab. You know, a nice amp setup, but it will contain all your guitar effects.
Do Line 6 do any
Line
like a pod thing?
6 at the moment don't.
But so in essence, it would have that almost that capability of being able to modulate different amps.
Yeah, it's as yet the software hasn't been released. Or I'll be perfectly honest with you, all we've seen are screenshots and basic demo videos that were done at NAMM. But from what I've seen, it looks really promising. It looks really good. I mean, we shouldn't forget that. I mean, Digitech last year, they brought the effects box out where you slot your iPad in, and that's your floorboard.
Really?
But, absolutely. Yeah. But Alesis have kind of taken it one step further by having a separate pedal controller, so you can keep your iPad out of the way. So it's not damaged. Another thing these guys have got coming out, the DM dock. Now this is probably the most interesting product that I've seen for the iPad, and to be honest with you, one of the most exciting products that's been announced to come out this year.
Right.
Get your iPad, slot it into a system that looks like this I/O dock again, but instead of having all the connectivity on the back, it's got 13 trigger inputs for drum pads. So it becomes your drum brain, which basically means the software that comes with it, it's like having your electronic drum kit fully expandable in an iPad.